Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, student. How are you today? Before we start our class today, let me introduce myself. My name is Azhar. I am from IAIN Surakarta. And today, I will teach you about narrative text. And before we start our class today, let's say Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Are you ready, student? Narrative text. Do you know what is the narrative text? Have you ever heard from your parent the story about the Cinderella of Rapunzel, or in the Indonesia is Timun Mas or Rawa Pening. The narrative text in Indonesia called the mythos or legenda. In the narrative text is a fictional written story that made for entertain the reader, and the story it's never happened actually. We usually see like fairy tale and folklore in the legenda in Indonesia, and many more stories. In the narrative text, we have three general structure, and the first is orientation. This orientation in this section is to introduce the main character and the background of his story and the time and the place. And the second structure is complication. In this section, we have a problem or conflict for the main character in the story. And the last is resolution. Resolution is the happy ending from the story. And in Indonesia, we have a lot of narrative text of the story from the people. In the first example is we have Timun Mas. The second is Maling Kundang. And I will give you some excitement to search narrative text in Indonesia, and you must be written in the English, and you have explanation about the orientation, the complication, and the resolution. You can submit your homework for the next week. And that's all. The narrative text is a fictional story that written to entertain the reader. And the narrative text we have three general structure, and the first is orientation. Is an introduction main character in the place, the time, and the background of the story. And second is complication. It is the problem, conflict in the story. And the last is resolution. Resolution is the happy ending from the story. In Indonesia we have Timun Mas, Maling Kundang, and many more. Indonesia a lot story of narrative text. I will clear student about the narrative text, the material today. If you have any question, comment in the section. And before we close our class today, I will give you some segment work the narrative text in the Google Form. The link in the description. Okay, student. Let's close our class today by saying Hamdalah together. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.